Okay, this is next levels. I'm going to show you. The next level thing that I might want to do is that this mask here may actually have some transparency to it. Behind this image, behind this part of the mask here, it probably has some transparency to it, and if I have an image behind it, I may want to make that semi-transparent. Now here's the problem is I'm not sure if I want to do it. I kind of want to make this a bit adaptable for now, at least. I've got a mask on here, and with that mask I could potentially use like a light gray brush, and as you can see I could probably make that semi-transparent, but I don't want to destroy that mask. Here's the trick. What you can do is you can actually grab that layer, and down the bottom here is a group folder. I've created a group, and I'm just going to make sure that this image is in that group. I'm going to select the group folder, and I'm going to add a mask to that group folder. It's kind of a mask on a mask. I know it sounds complicated, but bear with me. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my pen tool again, or you could use the tool if you want to click bit by bit, and I'm just going to create a nice little curve line that's going to hopefully follow roughly where that is, and I can close that in. Like, right click, make selection, hit OK, and now what I can do is I can actually paint on this little area here. You can use the paint bucket as well. You can go G for paint bucket and select a maybe a light gray to start with, and that's going to make that semi-transparent. I'm going to hit Command D, and that area is going to be semi-transparent. I can always right click on that and disable that, and it's got that there. If that's too much, or in this case I'd probably want to blur the edges of this a little bit, you can do all sorts of things. You can grab maybe like a soft brush or something, and you can go and soften the edges of that, manually paint in some of it if you want. It's actually probably a bit closer to how I would maybe do this, because as the glass kind of curves, it's going to have refraction and stuff like that. But I just want to make sure it's we're not making anything that's going to be not transparent. The lighter it is, the color is, the less transparency. The darker it is, the more transparency it's going to have. You could play around with that, probably even hit some of the dark areas in there. If that's going to work for you, awesome. And that's all in that group folder. Alright, I'm going to delete that green background for now, and let's start building. I've hit most of the selection tools. We've talked about semi-transparencies and masks and stuff like that. Hopefully I don't get you too crazy with that, but if you do have glass, that's one thing you might want to consider.